Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy here, also known as ETCG1 when I post videos to this channel. But before I get started, I want to let you know that this video is sponsored, contains sponsored content, so full disclosure is what we're about here on ETCG1 and my Eric the Car Guy channel. But if it's your birthday, happy birthday, here's a cake. Now let's get to the topic at hand. 5 cool facts about Top Fuel racing. A few weeks ago, I was a special guest of Pennzoil at the ZMAX Dragway in Charlotte, North Carolina for an NHRA race. And I've got to tell you, I've done a few NHRA races this year and I've learned a ton of stuff that I did not know before. And I'm going to share 5 cool facts about Top Fuel racing here with you today that I have learned. Fun fact number 1, they completely tear down the engine and transmission after every race. No, it's not after every 3 races or every few races or some point in the season. No, after every race, they tear the engine down to the bare block, take the transmission apart, all that stuff, take the supercharger apart. It's amazing what these guys do. It takes them about 15 minutes to tear it down, and in total have it all back together in about 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes or whatever. They've got this thing back up and running. It's incredible to watch these guys work. Even taking the supercharger apart and all that stuff. It's amazing to watch these people do their jobs. Fun fact number 2, nitromethane is the fuel that they use in Top Fuel, hence the reason why they call it Top Fuel. Nitromethane actually got its start as a fertilizer for strawberries. I know that sounds kind of strange and weird, and who actually came up with the idea that it would make a good fuel for a race car? I'm not really sure. Another little fun fact that I'll throw in with number 2 here is how much fuel they go through during a run. I asked about this. Now, this does not include warm up or the burnout or anything, but they go through about 13 gallons of nitromethane from the time they hit the go pedal at the starting line to the time they get to the other end. That's how much fuel they go through. It is a massive amount. Fun fact number 3, the displacement of a Top Fuel racer is limited to 500 cubic inches. And all the cylinder heads that I saw were of hemispherical design, so they're all Hemi engines as they're called. So 500 cubic inch Hemi engines is what they run in Top Fuel racing. Well, how much power does that 500 cubic inch Hemi put out? Well, that's really hard to say because there isn't a dynamometer on the planet that's capable of measuring the power output of these engines. It's too much, but they have done other tests and they have come up with a close approximation, and that close approximation is 11,000 horsepower. Yes, I said 11,000 horsepower. So 500 cubic inches, 11,000 horsepower. It's mind-blowing. In addition to the mind-blowing power output, I've been to a few Top Fuel races this year, and I've actually stood close by those cars as they do burnouts or as they launch down the track, and it is, well, it shakes your body. It's not just the sound you hear, it's something you feel. So I asked, I was like, so has anybody ever measured that on the Richter scale? And I believe the number I was told was 2.1 on the Richter scale. So not only do they produce 11,000 horsepower, but they create an earth-shattering presence. 2.1 on the Richter scale. Fun fact number 3. Fun fact number 4, they do not race the traditional quarter mile in Top Fuel racing, which is 1,320 feet. Instead, they race to 1,000 feet. And this rule change happened in 2008 because of a fatal crash that happened to Scott Kalita during qualifying. As I stated earlier, these vehicles are very powerful and can accelerate very quickly. That's what they're designed for. And they tried to rein things in back in 2008 because of that fatal crash. Just to put this in a little bit more of a perspective for you, a Top Fuel dragster can accelerate from 0 to 100 miles an hour in 0.8 seconds. That's less than a second. You can be going 100 miles per hour. To put an even finer point on that, the G-forces on the driver of a Top Fuel dragster top out somewhere around 4.75 Gs. And that's more than astronauts encounter on the space shuttle. If you're going to get into a Top Fuel dragster, be prepared to be squished like a pancake into that seat. Fun fact number 5 ties into our sponsor of this video, and that is the type of oil and the oil pressures that they run in Top Fuel racing engines. Let's start with the oil pressure. So in a normal passenger vehicle, oil pressure is usually found somewhere between 40 and 80 psi. So what do you think it is in a Top Fuel drag racing engine? That is 160 to 200 PSI, so there's a lot more pressure. The engines, I believe, cost like $60,000, $80,000. They're stupid expensive, so you want to make sure that they have oil. So what type of oil do they run in a Top Fuel drag racer? Well, at least on the Don Schumacher racing teams. I'm going to pass that over to this guy.
So since we made the Switch to Pins oil, we've won half the races, half the championships. It's an oil that's not available to any other teams, so it's just for us to go out there and hopefully dominate.
So it's your secret weapon juice.
It is.
And with that nugget of information, we are going to wrap this video up. 5 facts about Top Fuel racing. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll put links in the description to our sponsor for today's video, as well as additional information about Top Fuel racing if you wish to learn more. If you have automotive questions, I ask that you head to ericthecarguy.com. That will also be linked down in the description. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all those things that help make a living here on YouTube, in addition to sponsored content. Thank you very much for watching. Be safe, have fun, stay dirty, and I will see you next time.